bass guitarist. I played bass guitar over 8 years. And of course I like my guitar because it changed my view of life at all. When I was in elementary school, actually I was bullied. At the time, I became more introverted and timid. But meanwhile, I had a chance to learn how to play bass guitar at the church when I was 14. Actually, the first time I played it, I really don't like its sound because it's just too low and not cool. But after I played it in the band, I was deeply shocked. The sound of bass guitar, which I really don't like, became a great music with other instruments. At the time, I learned that it's a lot better to carry out something together than just do it alone. And it's not just about a band. Since that time, I want to be a manager who combines people's work and help people work together to get a better result. As I said, I prefer to cooperate with other people. I always have been trying to make right mood and cooperate with others. When I was military, at first I researched each member's personality in my unit regardless of any ranks. And after that, I approached them in a different method and position to match their personality. And as a result, I was able to get a good relationship with all of my members in unit. And actually, my members were administrative soldiers in each other different department, and my job was mostly go through official documents in other departments, so the cooperation with other departments was very important. And based on my good relationship with members, I was able to do my job easily because it was easy to cooperate with other departments. Because I'm afraid of ruining good relationship with others, I easily gave up my idea when the others have different idea with me. And this process diminished my passion in work, so I'm seeking the way to fix this personality. And one day I realized that I sometimes have arguments with my best friends, but these arguments didn't have any negative effects on the relationship. So I changed my view. Now I don't give up my ideas for a good relationship, but I gave the idea that the exchange of opinion could harm the good relationship. Yes, there could be some cases that the exchange of opinion have negative effects on the good relationship, but now I think that it could be restored later and I become more assertive in my opinion. For 6 months in Google, I expected to study and experience about the method and processes about cooperating and discussing with other team members and teams in work state of company. And after this experience, based on that, when I come back to the school and fulfill my study, I would experience and study more about cooperation during the team projects and other conferences. And after I graduating the school, I would apply for a job in a department related to human resources. And after 5 years, which I am in 28, I would be a new members in a team who have a good sense in human resources cooperation. I've heard a lot of special Google cultures like Google Goat, but one of the most impressive culture to me was that the Google strongly encourages the departmental meeting and cooperating. In Korea, it's a basic concept that to talk and advise about other departments' work is a rude thing. However, I heard that in Google, they strongly encourages the departmental cooperation and opinion exchanges. As I said, I always prefer to cooperate with other peoples and I really value it. I'm already exciting to think about the amazing ideas that will come from the opinion exchange in people with the completely different fields, like the completely different sounds in a band become a great music. When I have to go through the change, at first I focus on the result of the change. And every time I met the trouble during the change, I realized the purpose, the result of the change. And by that, I could have a strength to go through and endure these troubles. For example, when I first started the military services, I had a bad shape and unhealthy body. So I decided to change my body into a healthy and nice figure. So I started to exercise in the gym at free time after work. But at the earlier stage, it was hard to admit that I have to do some hard exercises during the free time, which I usually have a rest time, like watching TV on the bed. But every time the thing like this come up in my head, I remind the purpose of this change. And by that, I could endure the hard exercises, and now I have a nice figure and healthy body. Yes, I have experienced work under big pressure. I served my military duty in an office of military academy, so I have to work with many military officers. And even I regularly have to make the present file, which will report it to a lieutenant general. Of course, it was very stressful jobs, but I found a way to resolve it. My method was to take a small chat with my superior during the work times. By the small chat, I kindly feel some more friendly with my superiors, and I became to work more comfortable, and I'm getting more skillful at my work. After some times, I become a good and friendly members in the office, and even I sometimes have some lunch with them. When I have to make an important decision, I go through some steps. At first, I research the information as much as I can about this decision. And second, during this information, I'm more focused on the negative information. And third, I think deeply about how to resolve this negative information about decision. And finally, depending on if I found a method to resolve these negative effects or not, I make my decisions. For example, a few months ago, I bought a new expensive computers. And before I bought it, I researched information about each part of the computer through the internet portal and my friends. And after I found some information, I have to concern because if I assemble the part of computer in myself, there is a chance that I could break the expensive part of the computer. But after more research, I decided to order the assemble in the outside company because I found a reputable and safe and kind company that will assemble my computer instead. And the result of that was great. Now I have a good computer in my room.